Welcome to the Ready to Love Aftershow. So each Friday, we bring in lunch with some of the big moments from last week's episode of Ready to Love. For the audience just joining us, keep the conversation going in the chat room to your right. Tell us what you're thinking. All right, without further ado, let's get into the show. Okay, so in this clip, Alexis and Will have a date. You know what they say? All is fair in love and war, and apparently basketball. Take a look.
So where do you want to go?
Let's go on, let's go on.
Have a sidebar?
Sidebar? Enjoying this process so far?
I am loving this process so far.
What you feel like you learned so far?
Never judge a book by its cover. And I always knew that, but I'd never really applied it. Tell me something about you that I wouldn't know just from first glance.
I love like community work, right? Like I love like being in the hood. Like,
yeah.
I love going back to these neighborhoods and these communities and being that positive figure.
I appreciate that. Like, that's really cool that, you know what I mean, you can build something from the ground up, you know what I mean, and not have like no handouts or nobody, like it's all you. I dig that though. I dig that, yeah.
You dig me though?
I am, I actually am, a lot actually. As this process has been going on, I've been seeing more sides of you. I'm definitely wanna, for sure, keep going with this and see, you know, see how this goes.
Okay.
Alexis is definitely the person that I want to get connected with. I'm glad that she gave me a chance to actually talk with her, understand my story, understand my thought, my heart. I'm a very complex type of dude. Like, most women don't know what to do with me.
What's something in your past relationship that you've done that you would say was like your fault that you know you would never bring into like your next relationship?
Where I went wrong was I felt like, okay, I knew that I was dealing with a person that is emotionally fragile. I could have been more patient. I could have been more kind. You know, I could have carefully, you know, said my words. You have to like
Speak to her differently,
like talk to her differently.
Yeah.
You know, understand her and you know why she feels the way that she feels. And I think I did a horrible job at understanding her. And I know next time I'm like, okay, let me intentionally understand like a person's like background, childhood,
your triggers,
experiences, yeah.
In my last relationship, I probably could have acknowledged his efforts more. I'm not gonna applaud a fish for swimming. I was too into that energy where it was like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being like appreciative of the things that he was doing. I think in my next relationship, I'm gonna take my time, take a step back and see what is it that they're actually bringing to the table. But I've learned a lot. Some people need words of affirmation. Some people need to hear.
Reaffirmed.
Right,
Yeah.
to be reaffirmed that like, you're doing a good job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm done with the whole back and forth, toxic. I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I think Will is definitely full of surprises. He started out in a very lustful type energy, and the more and more I kind of get to know him, maybe I judged him incorrectly.
I thoroughly enjoyed this date, and you setting this date up, right?
Yeah?
Next time, my treat, my date, my
Okay.
place, be there, be square. That part, we
I like
cool?
for you to take control now.
Take control, let me.
All right, cool.
For sure.
After this talk with Will, I am still very interested. He is still one of my connections, and I'm ready to see what else I can learn about him.
The process is definitely something different. My relationships have always been 3+. So yeah.
3+ years or 3+ people?
I'm sorry, 3+.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Y'all need to hear me when I say this. When a man finds a woman that he is into, he will just be everything you need. The end. This is my whole point about Will. No one was feeling Will. It didn't even matter. Alexis was. One person riding for that man. No, keep him here. I have a connection with him. Everybody else was not. It doesn't matter. You just need that one person. So Will, his whole transformation, like even the way he talks, is a whole different game than he did the last 2 episodes. He's finally sitting in his masculinity and he is opening up and he's being vulnerable. He likes her. And he's like, wait, she likes me? Alexis likes Will. She is into him. Did you see that lean in? The whole time she was leaning in the whole time. She really likes him. And she had great questions. They had a great banter. They talked about their past, but instead of just saying what happened, why did it work out, It was more proactive questions. It was what happened, what didn't work out, and what did you learn, and how did you change it? And man, they both had such good answers. Like he was like, yeah, I need to listen more. And she's like, I need to acknowledge him with words of affirmation. They're gonna take that into their next relationship and they're gonna be better. I like where this is going. I hope that they really have a really good connection. I can see it as a matchmaker. Baby, this makes me happy. I smile, I like it. Yeah, you know, it's interesting when you're in a relationship and it's, you've been in it for a while and you know each other's pressure points and trigger points, and you know what each other needs. So yes, it is important to be super patient with your partner if you want to last long. I mean, if you want to break up and you want to move on, trust me, you're going to act accordingly and it's not going to work. So that's the whole thing. And you can tell when your partner's like into it or they're ready to move on, but you got to listen up. As women and sometimes men, we don't listen to what your partner's trying to tell you. If your partner's not listening to you, if they're not being patient and they're not acknowledging how you feel in the moment, you probably need to move on or have a deeper conversation. So you're probably heading towards breakup, Bill. So you gotta pay attention. We try to band-aid the relationship and keep it going, and it's just years and years of wasted time. You could be finding the real person in your life. So patience is great, but also know when to go. Love language is so important. And I say that should be one of the very first conversations you have on a first date or when you're entering into a relationship, have those conversations. My love language is acts of service. If you do something for me, if my husband does anything for me, like anything, like puts the dishes up, I'm like, boy, you can get it. I mean, literally, that's it. Don't talk to me and tell me anything, words of affirmation. Don't give me gifts. I just need acts of service. Now, I was not like that 4 years ago. I was not like that 10 years ago. My love language changes, and so does my husband's. So you have to love on your partner's love language. I'm not gonna do active service for him. Active service for my husband does nothing for him. If I do anything for him, that does not matter. He likes quality time. He likes physical touch. So that's how I have to love him. So that's how you show up for each other. And recognizing that is really key. So I applaud Alexis for even acknowledging that. She knows that he needed words of affirmation. That probably would have made the relationship better or moved on to another direction. You know, as a matchmaker, I like Will and Alexis. I like it. It's a slow burn, but I like it. It's not too fiery. It's not too much. There's something there. And I think it might work. If Will stays on the path of being open and vulnerable, Alexis will be in. And that's an easy win. I like it. I like those two together. I'm interested to see what happens. All right, well, Justin and Rashina are both two newcomers. However, they seem to have assimilated into the process quickly. Justin's dog, Riley, seems to have interfered with some of their interactions, but were they still able to have a deep conversation? Let's take a look.
I met her at the bar. She asked me about my car. I said, baby, I'm a star.
Today, I get to invite the new guy, Justin, on a date with me. Come on, baby, you got pee-pee? I'm a fur mama, and I got a little insight from Tommy that Justin also has a dog, so we have something in common.
This is my first time being a part of something like this. I've been on many dating apps, but at this point in my life, I would just like someone who genuinely wants a relationship and wants to build.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you
It's
again.
good to see you.
Yes.
Hopefully, I make a connection with Rashina and we get to learn about each other.
You smell good.
You looking good. Let's take a walk.
Let's take a stroll. How you feeling, being that you have come in after everybody? You know, just getting thrown into the wolves.
Man, I'm nervous, but yeah, it's refreshing to meet somebody with mutual respect for animals.
You love dogs, I love dogs.
I love dogs.
And what's her name?
Her name is Riley. What's his name?
His name is Chance.
Chance. Chance quiet. He's well behaved.
That is.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Oh, no. Riley, no. Riley, no. Give it back. On this date, Riley is just all over the place. Riley. Oh, man. I've spilt my drink on myself. Somebody hold my drink. She's going around sniffing everybody. Come on, baby. Chasing all these tennis balls.
Riley said she wants to play with the ball.
I feel like it interfered with my interaction with Rashina. It was a huge distraction, but somehow we managed to move forward in our date. Let me tell you something about me.
Okay.
So, I'm 34.
Okay.
I don't have any kids.
I'm a mother of 2 boys.
Okay.
So my question to you is, how do you feel being with somebody, 1, that's older, and 2, that's got children already, and you don't have any children?
Honestly, I don't mind. I've made peace with the fact that maybe I won't have kids one day. At this age, I just feel like someone who accepts me, who accepts themselves.
That's right.
And we go from there.
I do not want to have any more kids, but I am open. So hearing that put me at ease.
What are you looking for as far as a relationship is concerned?
I'm looking for a protector, a leader, somebody that is going to be open, as in, vulnerability. That's big for me. I want you to know I got your back, and I want you to have mine.
Man, you know what? That's profound, because I came on this journey just to, find something that my heart has been searching for a long time, that I feel like I'm thankful for this opportunity to, meet somebody like you and, have little good times and whatnot. So
I am too.
I can't explain how nervous I was, and she calmed me down a lot. She made me feel reassured, and we've just established a beautiful connection. And I like to go on more dates with her, see where it goes. I'm enjoying myself with you right now. I think you're a very down-to-earth woman.
Thank you.
And I admire that, because that's not something I just run across.
Yeah.
Literally on this journey to find someone meaningful and impactful to our lives that can possibly change it.
I love that. I would definitely say that there is interest in Justin. The physical attraction was there. We do have some things in common. Let's see what else he's got to bring as we go on through this journey and this process. He gonna be my connection. I already feel it. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
I love it. Rishida's like, I'm already claiming him. He is mine. That is it. And it's interesting because she's already seen all the guys, and she's already been on these dates or has on these mixers of sorts. So she's already knows kind of that Justin's a front runner automatically. I think Justin needs to meet more of the ladies. And I know Rashida's a beautiful woman, of course, and she has such a calm demeanor about her that you automatically want to, you kind of like her so much. So I can see where he's like, there's a connection. And Rashida's like, look, I've been around a lot of these men. I think you might be a front runner. So that's where I want to see what happens next. If Justin goes on more dates and with more women and sees what happens. First things first, I got to talk about this dog leash that's around his waist. I've never seen it before. Have y'all? I have never seen that before. So that was it. I couldn't move away from, my eyes could not move away from that part. But once I got past the dog leash around the waist, like a fanny pack, Justin, you so cute. And I like how he was nervous. I like when there are dates where it's active, and that's something that they have in common. That's what you're supposed to do. And did you see how Riley's running all over the place and making a ruckus and spilling drinks? And you get to see how your person or your partner or your date reacts to such things. If you're sitting down and eating, you can't really gauge how somebody is in situations, but they handled it pretty well. I think that's why she was so attracted to him, and that's why Justin felt calm, because Rashida was calm the whole time that Riley's doing all the craziness. So that's why it works. That's why I like first dates where it's active. For Justin and Rashida, I think that her having kids and him maybe never having kids, I don't think that's an issue for them. It could be an issue in some relationships, and I'll get to that in a second, but for them, he said, I'm open to it. I'm open to accepting that I might not have kids. I'm open to having, or accepting your kids and see where that leads. That is a really good banter. I think his vulnerability and his openness to her situation and her family says a lot. And I think that's why Rashida was like, wow, because most men come with either a lot of stuff or they're closed down. I don't want kids. I don't want to even have any kids, or I don't want a woman with kids. So I think for those two, it worked. I think his response was really mature of him. He's a deep thinker. Justin is you can tell he thinks a lot, and he thinks with purpose. He's going to say the right things. So I think it works for them. But I will say, people who say, I want a guy with kids, I don't want a guy with kids, I want a woman with, you never know. You never know what can happen, because some people can't have kids, some people do have kids, some people don't want kids. It's a lot, that's a big conversation. I just say, keep it open until you have the, deal breakers of sorts. And you'll know when those deal breakers are, but when it comes to I don't want a guy with kids, or I don't want a woman with kids, Everybody has stuff. I do think they are on the same level of maturity. I think that age is whatever. I'm not really concerned about their age. It depends on how you come. Like if you're 34 immature, yeah, we got a problem. But he seems really mature. Like I said, he seems like a deep thinker. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's ready for. He's said it himself. So, I think he is ready to love. And I think when you want, or I would say, I think that when you find your person, it all works out. Whether or not you're in different parts of the country, different ages, different religions, different whatever it is, you'll make time for it to work. Do I see connection with them? Yeah, I do see connection. Do I think this is a match made in heaven? No. But I do think they will have a really good connection moving forward. I'm interested to see when he meets other women. All right, thanks everyone for joining us on the Ready to Love After Show. Tune in next week and be sure to subscribe to the OWN YouTube channel and follow me, Tamica, on Instagram. See you next week.